It's so big and on the inside.
We're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Yeshiva's going to show. Here is Moshe. This is Shir. This is Wartime ZOOMSHTEIG 105. We haven't missed the Shir. We haven't missed the Shir. This is the 21st week since October 7th that we haven't missed the Shir. It should be in the schus of the freeing of our captive family and the siyata d'shmaya of those trying to free them. Okay, so Wartime ZOOMSHTEIG number 105. And we're back. Turn on the lights. So actually, there's another reason that I came into this room, also to show you guys Moshe and Brooke again. And this year should be a big schus for the Kirshner household for hosting us for this year. Zinachas from the kinder, Parnas and Brios.
Amen.
Oh, mine.
So today, we have a schus to be at Moshe's, and so I actually have like a real Gemara. I have a big Gemara, so I have to look at the Maharsha. I can check out the Maharsha with this big Gemara. And it's actually good because I don't even have the Gemara. I must have packed it in the Shas or something. But we have the Gemara in the Gra. And so we'll take a look at it from here because Yids make do with cards that have been dealt. It's like sleeping. What time is it in Israel right now?
I'm going to text him. Let me check.
Okay. Either way, Shalom Aleichem, Zikdar Zalman. The Gemara says
quarter after 2.
What?
2:18.
Oh, 2:18. So Shlig will be up. It's not late for you. All right. So Amar Khan says Lididi Chazili or Zila Bar Yome. Tahava Gahar Tavar. I saw a ram 1 day old that was the size of Har Tavor. Rashi, when he saw this Gemara, he was not in Bava Basra, he was in Zvachim. And Rashi says, Urzila Diyama, not Diyoma, right? And another discrepancy is that it said, like, another thing in Zvachim, the Rima. It says they called it Rima, so we're like, oh, rain. But Rashi had Diyama and the Reish and the Dalit, which are very similar. Remember, there's all handwritten in these times. So Rashi had the Reish and the Dalit, and so he thought it was like some sort of sea creature. So this gigantic ram was 4 parsas, and its neck was 3 parsas, and the Gemara Zvachim says it was 40 parsas, and the neck was 3 parsas. Basically, this thing was gargantuan. It was the size of towns. Ubein Marbisa Dereshe, and his pillow the place where he put his head when he laid it down, taking the shluf, was a parsa and a half. Rama Kufta v'savre sachre liyardana. His poo would make the water, make the Yarden overflow. So we were trying to understand what in the world does the story want to tell me? That his poo made the Yarden overflow. we saw the Gra, and the Gra, just a little bit of Chazah in the Gra. A person should learn first, and then he should like understand it. He talks about how a Talmud Chacham should be like a donkey or like an ox to carry what he heard from his Rebbe, and his not like a donkey, sorry, and his Karnei Re'im like a ram. He should have rams when he's fighting for the MS and Tyra. He shouldn't be like, a pushover. And he should start with Mishnah, Gemara, Bavli, Yerushalmi. The Gra lists all these different things. And Osek B'Shimish Talmud Chacham, to help a Talmud Chacham get through life. Sometimes the Yid spends his time when he could have been learning how to live life. He spent that time shteiging away in the base measures. And so sometimes such a Yid needs help. Okay. So they mentioned the size of Mount Tabor, and he quotes this Medrash or Zohar or something that the Tavor and the Carmel, they wanted to be by their Matan Torah, and they were arrogant. And Hashem was like, Baskol came out and says, what do you got? What do you got by Har Sinai? Har Sinai, you guys are arrogant. You want the Torah. Har Sinai is just being humble or something. I don't know. And so says the Gra, we hear from there that someone who's arrogant is a Baal Mum. Okay, that was a little chazara. Did we need the whole chazara? Definitely didn't hurt. The Har Tavor Kama Havi Arba Parsa. Har Tavor itself is 4 parsas, which is like what, 4 miles? Shemara Atmo She'ein Chazer min Hagedusha Klum. He shows himself as if he is not missing anything from Kedusha, right? It's like acting all arrogant, like, yo, check it out, look at me, I'm Mr. Meezeeks. Oh, hi, Nessa. Yeah. Hi, we're learning Torah. You want to learn some Torah with us? No. No. Okay. Go out and have fun with the keys. So Zayin Perushinheim, oh, you're coming to learn, Nessa? She's coming to learn. This is a holy kid over here. Coming to strike some Torah with us. Oh, and we're back! We're back. Yeshiva's Gula show. Steiging the heilige again. Look, they Brujim. Parush ma chovazi v'asena machosi su v'asena, right? I'll do, maybe you can push over. But Amru, this is where we were. The Amru Mikubalim. It's like you came at the perfect time. The Gra is saying, the Kabbalists say, Amru Mikubalim. Hey, you want to come steig? It's okay. You want the giraffe? What giraffe? I'm the giraffe? Oh, yes, so she's getting it. The Amra Mikubalim, the Mikubalim say Shemiyom Adalit Ad Shabbos. So from Wednesday until Shabbos. Sarich Lahachines Atmul Kedusha Kol Rega. Every second, he's got to be preparing. Yo, Shabbos is coming. Shabbos is coming. We're so happy. It's funny, right? We're gonna sing and shout out loud. 6 days a week, we wait for Shabbos to give Ramadan, and we're so proud. The Shabbos Kodesh, Iker Kedusha. Shabbos Kodesh is the Iker Kedusha of the whole week. V'chein Amru Chazal, Ben Shloshim L'Kayach. And says the Gra that Chazal say that when you're 30, you get to be strong, you get the strength. Da-da-da-da-da. Kimosha Kosov, a rough goes B'koach shore. Like it says that most of the sustenance. Most of the wheat is in the strength. The strength, so strong. The strength of the ox. What is the strength of the ox? Chazah. The heilige chazah. The heilige chazah. The other ben Arbaim Levina. And then when you're 40, then you get Bina. Lahavinu lebalbel. Ay. So when you're 40, so first when you're 30, you have the strength just to do chazara and what you learned from your Rebbe. Just to keep on learning the words. What are the words? What state in Pasuk? What state? Then when he hits 40, then he's got Bina. Then he can really start to understand. You know? We got a couple of 40. You know, it's a big mila to have that Bina. 40 Bina. Lahavinu lebalbel. Vehem gankein. Dalir yamim. So those are all days. Says the Gra, that those are all days of Shabbos. And so when you're 40, that like starts Wednesday of the week. Oh, you're such a good learner. You love the heilige Torah? The words are so sweet, huh? Vehem gangein dalid yamim ad shivim until 70. She'azu roi li yeshiva. Once the yid turns 70, then he's roi to yeshiva, right? Once the yid turns 70, he's roi to yeshiva. You're saying, I'm not even 70 months, I'm not even 70 weeks, this little girl is saying. What's her name? What's her name again? Oh, Nessa. Moshe, you're listening. I'm so proud. I love you, bro. Name Gamgain Dalad, right? Yeshiva and Nessa over here. She's like, I'm not even 70 weeks old. What are you talking about? And still she's in yeshiva. And she's shteiging with yeshiva's gulash. No. Kamosh Gosef Chazal, Chazal say, Zakein v'yeshev v'yeshiva. An old person is someone who's sitting and shteiging in yeshiva over here. You know, that's zakein, someone who has acquired wisdom. It's that kind of chachma.
Oh, vahi.
Oh, vahi. Oh, vahi. Vizeh or zila bar yoma. If you guys thought that we completely lost the thread that the Gra is talking, what is he talking about? Veiled references maybe to Re'im and to Shor, talking about donkey looking for his horns. What? And that's a what? Zok the Gra, Vizeh or Zila Bar Yoma. Oh, you thought I was going on a thread? Boom, that's exactly what the Orzila is. This gigantic ram. 1 day old. Right? Biyom echad uholech ma'alech dalid yamim lefi daito. So Biyom echad, in 1 day, he would go 4 days walk. According to his knowledge, the fidato, v'zeh amar har tavor, zeh amar har tavor, kama havi arba'im parsa, 40 parsas. Shehu mahalech dal yavim. It took him 4 days. So get to 4 days. That first we got to steig, and then when we're older to understand. But this Nessa over here, she already understands. I can see it in her eyes, clear. She's sitting here and steiging da. Zok the heilige. What is he? Zok the heilige gain. Umashkeit savarei plus parsa. He said that this ram, his neck was so long. You know how long his neck was, Nessa? 3 parsas. Kamosha Kosov, like it says in the Gemara in Yaima, and Afei Zayin and Aleph, and then the Hedgens of Zayin. Rav Kiava Chazi Ambua, the she's touching the Azil Ambua. Rav Kiavichazi Ambua. When you would see an Ambua, whatever that is, we gotta get a tight on Ambua. Shleg, you wanna look that. That's such a hard word. The Azil Abastre that was going after him. Amar Hachi with this. Iyala Shamayim. If it went all the way up to Shamayim. Iyala L'Shamayim. Sio Virosho La'av. I don't know why his head would be in the clouds. It's just
Where are we holding on the daf?
It's not on the daf. We're
It's
in
in
the
the GAON?
gra.
What's the word?
Bua.
How do you spell it?
Aleph Mem Beis Vav Hey Aleph. When he saw this Bua, also if I had a Zvach, a Yoma or a Sanhedrin, I can look it up. And we have a whole shot here because of Moshe. Someone wants to bring a Yid a Yoma, it would be a big schuz. So he says like this: when he saw an Bua that was walking behind him, Amar Hachi, he would say like this: Im Ya'ala L'Shamayim, if I go up to Shamayim, Dio V'Rosho La'av Yagia Kigololo L'Netzach. It would be raised, his head would be in a cloud, and he would get like poop. Ah! No, it's not it. She told me it's not it. Then what is Galilo, huh? Kigololo forever, L'Netzach. Ya'abed Ro of Yomru Ayin. He would lose his seers and would say nothing. No, what? The Amro, and it says in Bava Basra of Ayin Hey, Amar Rav Baba says Shma Mina Hai Iba Plasi Parsi Midli. Does that fog that they're talking about is 3 parsas? I'll go down. Yeah, okay. It was great shteiging, Nessa. That was a big scuss. Such a pretty smile. Listen, she's not 70. That's pretty good to be in yeshiva. And not even 70 weeks. And she's shteiging. But look at the little Rebbetzin go. Shalom Aleichem, Harry. We are shteiging the GAON.
Aleichem Shalom. I'm happy to hear my ancestors' words.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem. V'rata lomar she'nidona lo ki'ilu kvar ala l'tachlis hagedula, that it is considered for him as if he already went up to the tachlis of the gedula. Kiavichazi ambua. Where does the GAON say Yoma Pei Aleph and Hedron Zion? Yoma Pei Zion. Yoma Pei Zion. Slicks, you got to type in Abua.
It's a very hard word, as you said. It seems to be the only thing I was able to find
look at
is
this shot my cousin has. Beautiful. Beautiful.
the only thing I'm able to find is that it could be Aramaic for a crowd.
Yeah, when he saw a crowd going past him, he's like, yo, if I go up to Shamayim, might head to a cloud. Listen,
a crowd
is just
with
quoting
with an R.
Gemaras. I don't understand what he said in this last Nakuda. I got the Gemara in Yaima, so I can take a look at it. I want to see what the GAON says further to try to really like understand. Maybe we can understand from context, understand like where he's even going right now.
He was saying crowd with an R, CROWD.
I heard.
Oh, okay.
I heard.
I thought you said cloud. My bad.
No, it does say cloud also. Virosho la'av yagia kiglolo lenetzach, like poof forever. Very strange. That's why I wanted to see the Gemara, because it also could be they were talking about poo, because it is talking about this ram pooing and overflowing. But yeah, it says crowd and it says cloud.
Okay.
If Ambua is crowd, which will still Blabby God, but it's the best thing we have so far. So it will be like, we have to see like, what's going on. Vibei Marbasa and his head, where he rested his head, Dereja, Parso Ubalgo, is a parsa and a half. Sheminiach Rosho Bein Hagedolim, right? So maybe it's talking about someone who's trying to learn, trying to grow. First you learn, then you are Mishamesh Talmidei Chachamim, and you see how like the greats do it, right? First, you see what's actually, you learn the words of the Torah. And then you see how the Talmidei Chachamim were able to understand it and able to say a pshat, right? And that's the next step we saw yesterday. And so it seems to be, that's what he's talking about, that he puts himself between the Gedalim, he puts his head between the Gedalim. Even if they're so great like Moshe. Shaya Cheniyaso Livnei Mishkan Be'emtza Machane. That Moshe Rabbeinu, where did he dwell? Before the Mishkan, in the middle of the Machane Israel. Machane Israel, it was itself 3 barzas. Oh, I need a pen. It's a good thing that there's a pen right here. Right here. How's everyone doing today? It's not a pen, it's a crayon. But it will have to do. How's everyone doing today?
Very grateful, shteiging.
Shteiging down? Good to hear. Good to hear. Ugh. So it says like this. The Machane Israel was 3 barsias. Nimtza misof Machane Israel ad ha'emtza. From the middle of Machane Israel into the middle is a parsa and a half. What is that parsa and a half? It's exactly halfway of the Machane Israel, which is where Moshe Rabbeinu stood, in the middle. The high or zilai who may erev rav. Yo, gain or gain over here. Harry, erev rav. This ram is from the erev rav. The Omer Chutz Machane Israel, he's outside of Machane Israel, you know. Amnam, however, Meniach Rosho b'Makom Gedolim, but even though he's outside the Machane Israel, but at least he puts his head in the Machane Israel with the Gedolim, even if they're as big as Moshe Rabbeinu. Rama Kufta v'Sachar Liardina. His poo would go up and it would overflow the Yarden. Now, just saying that his poo would go up and overflow the Yarden kind of makes it sound like it's a fish. And we know that Rashi seems to hold it's a fish in Zvachim, Dafkav Yigim, but it seems to be very difficult for us to understand how it could be a fish because of Tosfos' question that what's the machlokas Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish. Check out the last year. So it says like this: Perish. Kasher who rosh she'enu yakol lenatzech es adam chacham, who mevia, who mavish reichav. So when the Erev Rav realizes that he could not destroy Adam Chacham, he makes them stink. He poos in there. He poos in the water. Mavish Reicham. He came Akina, because that's what jealousy is. When you can't bring yourself up, it's much easier sometimes to bring another person down. Then he makes his friend stinky and dirty. And it says, Kol ha-posel, everyone who says, oh, this is the problem with this guy, this is the problem, right? And he's saying that this guy is this, and he's Kol ha-posel, b'mumo pasol. Yeah, DJ, we spoke about it recently. But we didn't hear you because you're on MIG.
But you read the lips. You read the lips.
Yeah. Kol ha-pasol.
B'mumo posel.
B'mumo pasol. Right? Kol ha-posel. Anyone who says that this guy, right? I don't want to say any examples, but anyone who says, oh, this guy is that, right? He gets mad that, oh, this guy is that. In the end of the day, that's his blemish. V'zeh kavanas Eov, and that's what was shot in Eov when we're talking about the Rosh La'av Yagia Kigalolo. The Eov V'Galolo L'Netzach Yabed K'mo Shechashav Hu Al Talmid Chacham. That was the intention of Eov. Well, at this point, I'm going to open this up to Yom Pei Zayin just to see the pasuk, because they're saying there's a pasuk in Eov. I'm like, let's see the pasuk at least. I'll put shteiging on pasuk look up. We'll have this pasuk before we can finish the sentence. Yom Pei Zayin Amud Aleph. It's a huge page. What? Oh, I have good news. I found it. Okay. So he says like this. If he goes up to heaven, he gets to the highest possible height, and his head is in the clouds. He's poo forever, Yobed. He will be lost forever like a poo down the toilet. Roav Yomru Ayo. The people who have seen him in the past be like, yo, where is this guy? What is it talking about? The person gets arrogant. The girl's talking about Yura. That was the intention of Eov, that he's going to be like poo. That's why Eov mentions poo. By the way, the Gra sees this crazy story about this gigantic ram that takes a dump in the Yarden and overflows it. The Gra is like, oh, Taka reminds me of a pasuk in Eov. Taka reminds me of a pasuk in Eov in Perechaf, pasuk Vav and Zayin. Crazy. That, and he's like, oh, and also that reminds me of the Gemara in Yom Pei Zayin and Aleph that talks about this pasuk in Eov. Kigalu lo lenetzach yabed, it will be forever lost like a turn. He thought that he's going to be lost by himself. That's what it means when it says that he went to the Sherutim and he pooed and he defecated and he overflowed the Yarden. I think Sakar the Yarden means overflow. And then the Rashbam tells us, yeah, until it like gets like the water melts it a little bit. So basically, the Yarden is a lot of ram's poo, or at least did back when this yid was sitting around there. Ki Talmid Chacham is called the Yarden. The Talmid Chacham is called the Yarden. Jordan, Vikol Inyan Amamar Zeh Al Kina Shu Echad Migimumido Shel Bilam Araja Shu Ayin Hara. So this story is to teach us to stay away from jealousy. We learn to stay away from arrogance. We learn to stay away from anger. We learn to stay away from like chasing after pleasure, whether it's physical pleasure or whether it's like honor. And so the Gra says this one is about jealousy. A person shouldn't be jealous and poop in another person's water, even if he thinks he's so big. Oh, I'm Martavar. You can call me Tavi. You know. So the kina. These are one of three mitos of Bilam, the evil Bilam Ayin Hara. V'zidran k'moshe chashav GAON. It's like it's over here. Mitachila Yisro Mem Nefesh Adam Zulazo Bizadon Libo V'Gavaso. The first story of the wave that went super high, that was talking about Gaiva. V'Achar Yit'avel L'Taiva V'Kavod. So a person is running after physical and spiritual pleasure, and now we're doing kina for anyone, right? You would just be jealous of everyone. If he gets so arrogant, he's like, oh, I want more arrogance. I want people to think I'm so stark. I want gaiva. I want kavod. I want food. I want girls. I want, right? And then he's going to be jealous of everyone who has it. He's going to be jealous. That's the third step. V'chein cheder cheder David Melch of Shalom. And Tehillim Kuf Zayin that they were talking about. Benavsham Birah Tismogag, their hearts are going to melt. Birah Kavanazo, the Kavanah Birah is the Kinas Ishmere Eyu. That people are going to be jealous of their friend. Chas v'shalom. V'chein Amar Timoses Resha Ra. Like it should kill an evil person. V'hu Kin Azo V'sano Tzadik Ye'ashemu Ki Rakav Atzmos Kina. What does it mean that the Russia is going to be killed? The Russia that's bad, the bad Russia. What does it mean? That he hates the tzaddik, the kina, the jealousy, and the hatred that he has for a tzaddik, that will cause him to become guilty, because it will eat him out from the inside. His jealousy, it will get his bones. It will make them moldy. Or another explanation when it says the poo went up. Kinar Dinor, like Nahar Dinor, Sham Matbilin Hanishamos, La Loza Eretz Chaim Arakadisha. Oh yeah, by the way, when we die, there's a river of fire called Nahar Dinor, and the neshamas go and do tefillah in Nahar Dinor to burn off any remaining physicality that they have, to allow them to go to Eretz HaChaim, Arakadisha, maybe it's Gan Eden. V'hu neged hayarden, hamafzik ben Eretz Yisrael chutz la'aretz. And the idea is that there's like a physical representation to this idea from the Yarden, the Jordan River, which is between Eretz Yisrael and chutz la'aretz. Aval Rishayim, but the evil people, mitoch shezu hamazon, that their pollution miruba is so much. Nisharim sham, they stay there in the nar, they stay there in the fire water. I just want to say real quick that Rabbi Brownstein once mentioned Nahar Dinor in a shir that I heard like 20 years ago. And I have never seen it written in a sefer until just now in the game.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy. So, Aval Rishayim, they because they're so polluted, they stay in the fire water. And they cannot elevate above it. They will be proved forever. Yeah, they will be lost. V'nishalim lo madve b'midah shahaya rama kufta, and they give him misery in addition to how much BS, to how much he was talking, to how much poo he brought up. Umavi Israel damid, how much he was trying to, how much poo he tried to bring into the life of a Talmid Chacham, how much poo he tried to bring people down with. That's going to be, in accordance to that, that's going to be how much he burned in Nahar Dinor. Ve'aleim Amar David. And on this, David, we're talking about them. The Navjam Birah Shelahem. Their soul, because of the Ra, because of their evil eye, because of their arrogance, rather their jealousy, Tismogag Sham ben Nahar Dinor, their soul will literally melt in Nahar Dinor, in the river, the river of fire. V'hagaiva v'hadaiva v'hakavod chashav b'psugim akodmim yalu shamayim. So when it's talking about, this is talking about the kinna, but the gaiva and the taiva and the kavod are earlier on in those psugim in Tehillim Kuf Zayin. Givaldik. How much time we got left? How much time we have left? Perfect. So you're going to say, okay, Shmuel, what are we going to do next? Are we going to a new story with 10 minutes left? Are we going to a new stig? we did the Gemara, we did the Rashbam, we did the Taste, we did the GAON. What else could a Yid steig on this sugya? So the heilige Shlomo Yankiv Leiber mentions in here, he's like, I think there's a Reb Chaim, a Reb Nachman on this. And he said, I don't know, I think there's a Reb Nachman on this. And what did I say? I said, send to me and we'll see it. And guess what? They had sent it, and guess what? Let's see this Reb Nachman. The Abish should give us Yad D'Shmaya. I want to get to his farm store, and then I can actually look for it in this farm, and we'll do our best. But basically, Rabbi Nachman brings this story, brings the Ramban. This is in Likutei Moharan. This is in something. Like, what book is this in? Likutei Moharan?
Likutei Moharan.
Ursula Bar Yoma Zog the heilige Rabbi Nachman. Our first time saying this in Yeshiva's Gula Shul history, I think. Yeah. Zog the heilige Rabbi Nachman. Hainu bechinas kavod. Shehu ba'akum bezilusa. So it says it's called an orzila, says Rabbi Nachman. It's talking about arrogance. This ram or whatever is arrogance. Kavod is like not power hungry, but like haughty. You know, like, oh, I need the need for respect and external validation, which is rough one. It's a rough one. So we don't have to be completely clean from that nonsense. That shehu ba'akum bezilusa. It's called an orzila because the goyim, the idolaters, they want respect. V'zeh orzila, or light, or hainu bechinas kavod. The light is honor, like it says in Pasuk. And the land was light from his kavod. Oh, gavaldik. The lama nikra bar yom and orzila. So like, it's this guyish type of honor that affects Yidden also, but it's idolatrous. Be'akum. Bizilusa, it's nothingness. They're taking the ore and they're making it low. That's why it's called an orzila. Rabbi Nachman seems not to be interested if this is a ram or a gazelle or a jackalope or an antelope or a fish. Rabbi Nachman's like, I just see Tyra words here. Orzila. Unbelievable that I didn't even think of analyzing the word from that perspective. Comes Rabbi Nachman and just absolutely, because that's the only thing that's important. And why is it Bar Yoma, 1 day old? He is Gala Akavod. He lo is Gala Akavod Ella Bevias Mashichenu. Because it's a 1 day, because there won't be real kavod, real honor until Bias Mashiach. V'chsiv ba, and it's written about it. Emasaya Vomar. Oh. Let's go. He says, could you guys see me, by the way? How many fingers am I holding up?
None. It's holding it down.
No, I was holding up 3.
Ah.
The oldest trick in the book. But now I might be chayiv mis for tricking my dad. But chayiv mis, chayiv chat chalila. I mean, okay. Anyways, Dad, the answer was 3. Okay, like the amount of parsas of the neck of the orzila. What a tusha! What a bring it back to the sugya. It says, when is Mashiach coming? We ask. Schlicks, when's Mashiach coming?
No.
When's Mashiach coming?
Hayom.
Hayom. Today, very good.
Tishmo.
Hayom Tishmo. So that's what it says. It's called Bar Yoma. This cheap light, this maybe cheap type of kavod. This cheap light is really only going to come with Mashiach. And that's why they call it 1 day old, Bar Yoma, son of 1 day, because talking about Bias Mashiach, because that's when it's going to be kavod. Because when Mashiach going to come, Zak Dari Hayom. Hayayim b'kolo tishmu, like Chazal say, in Sanhedrin of Tzadik Es, the first shteiging there that we ever did was Sanhedrin, this parak of Sanhedrin. So unbelievable. We just learned. We did the Rabbi Nachman mentioned the Gemara that we learned years and years ago in Yeshiva School Show. B'chol yom muchar hakavod lates mizilusa. Every day, the honor, the kavod of Hashem, is ready to come from its cheapened state. The hava kahar tavor, and it will be like the mountain. The mountain is tavor. Shirash sha'alas hakavod toloi b'zeh adam. It sees the kavod is totally in this yid. Mishaber gavaso. Mishaber gavaso. It will crush his arrogance. Kifi his tabrus gavaso, and in accordance with the shattering of his gaiva, heinu halas hakavod. So too is the inverse amount that we break our arrogance is we elevate our honor. He kivodo nis'ala al yedei Torah kanal. Because what's the real honor of a human being? Cheder. What else is there? What else is honor? What else is there is honor in the world except for Torah, mitzvahs, tefillah,
MS.
Avishter? That's honor. Ve'ein adam zoga l'Torah ela al yedei shiflos. And a person cannot be zoga the Torah unless he is lowly. Kemosha amru chazal. Umi midbar matana, that the pasuk says be midbar matana. And what's the rest of that pasuk? Rivka loves that pasuk. Oh, right? It says be midbar matana. What do we learn from that? We learn what we're talking about, that you can only get Torah at a low place, that you can only get Torah with shivlas. And so why was Torah given in a desert? Because the desert is a low place. Gevaldek. Tell you another amazing thing. Rav Kahana says in the name of the Gur Rebbe, Moshe Eliyahu, you're going to love this tickle. Rav Kahana says in the name of the Gur Rebbe, if Torah was given in the desert because it's the lowest place, then why wasn't it given in the mountain? Why wasn't it given on the lowest of sand? Zok the Ger Rebbe, Zok Rav Kahana in the name of Ger Rebbe, because no one steps on the Eden. Right? We're humble, but we're not just sand to be stepped on. I need water. Torah. I need Torah. I need water though right away. Oh, my God. Baruch Adonai. Oh, I'm going
2 men.
Oh, Sky. So Kikavodo, I give us the Gmosha Amr Chazal, the Matana is from Dafka from the Midbar. Vizeu Har Tavor, Har Lashon godless. So when it says that the size of this ram, of this honor of Hashem, which could be revealed, right? It's in potential, is like Har Tavor. Mountain is Lashon of godless, of greatness. Kemosha Gazov. That you said a mountain is like a sign of godless and strength. The Tavor, and Tavor is less than Shavira. That's Taka. I mean, I think it was yesterday that I said, "Oh, I wonder what Tavor is." I said Shligs. What if I was talking about shin and tough interchangeable? I said maybe it's Shvira, and then we saw this Rabbi Nachman who says Mamish Azoy. Okay. And that's the Tavor, how much is it? It's like 4 parsa. There are 4 types of shiftless, of loneliness. Shazarach lahakdin livnei tzadikim, beinonim rishayim, v'livnei madregas atzmo. To be the word tzadikim, beinonim rishayim, and wherever he's holding. So there are 4 madregas of lowliness. Sheyidme be'enav, Ki'ilu lo ba daim livnei madregazo sheuba. a yid should think I'm not even on the madrega that I'm at. Right? And so what happens when a yid thinks I'm not even on the madrega that I'm at? The yid's like, wow, I'm not even on the madrega that I'm at, and I said Asher Yatzar, and I'm not even on the madrega of someone who says Asher Yatzar. I mean, Rabbi Nachman, we know he had his mental health stuff. And so maybe we could say that's what he means. I'm not even at the madrega that I'm at. A person should always look positively on